Okay, the go-home show to the biggest party of the summer. But the real question is, will Evolution make it to SummerSlam?
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another TW video. You'll notice it's been a couple of weeks since we've posted these. It's an editing issue actually, I'll be honest. But what we're going to do is going to change schedules going forward, and this also affects the AEW 2022 save. So what we're going to do is there'll be one 04 War video a week, one AEW video a week. 04 War on Monday, AEW on Wednesday. That's it. We're slowing it down a little bit. My life is about to get very hectic. So let's stretch these out if we can. More content, longer content. You get the point. This should be a big show. Go home show to SummerSlam. And we're doing Randy Orton versus Batista in the main event of Monday Night Raw. The question is, will Stewart have something to beat that on Smackdown? Oh, it's going to be good. If you are liking the videos we're putting out, if you're very much enjoying this series, make sure you drop a like on this now. Comment down below what match you're most excited for SummerSlam. Is it that WWE Championship match between Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton? Is it the world title match between Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero? Of course, we've got so much more. That triple threat, John Cena, Booker T, AJ Styles. What are you excited for? Let me know down below and we'll get on. Monday Night Raw comes from Washington, the Key Arena, and hometown boy Daniel Bryan gets a win on the pre-show over Garrison Cade. Great chemistry between the two. Bryan put in a 74 on the pre-show. The boy is getting better and better. And a 69 from Garrison Cade. What?
I mean, 52 there. I mean, it might be the hometown vibe, but 74. I mean, but it's probably more like Danny Bryan's doing. I mean,
wow.
It's just amazing. I love to see his score. I would love to see what score he's on after this, after we do this. But yeah, I mean
Bryan and Chavo at SummerSlam for the Cruiserweight title.
Technical masterclass that's going to be. Oh.
Should be interesting. Also on the pre-show, Chris Masters versus Heidenreich. So you've gone from a very good wrestling match to, well, sorry Washington. Chris Masters.
He doesn't like Washington. That's why he's put this match.
Master Lock, the full Nelson.
And you gave him 10 minutes as well. You are a horrible, horrible man. It's like you gave them a 10-minute match. If you should have put it short, but no, you were like, I don't like Washington, so I'm going to give them this match.
Well, if there is anybody left in the arena, they're going to hopefully start Raw with some atmosphere.
I was about to say submission with a full Nelson. That's basically their version of saying the Master Lock, right?
Yeah, definitely. We should change the finisher, really. Okay, back in Randy Savage's office to kick us off before the title sequence. Savage announcing the match for tonight that should be very interesting. That's right, a strange Bedfellows 6-man tag team action. It is going to be John Cena, AJ Styles, and Booker T versus The Undertaker, William Regal, and The Big Show. Can they get along? Opponents at SummerSlam.
Can't believe you've done this storyline. Can't believe you've done this one.
I just thought it was fun.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, 80, fine. Let's start in ring though, shall we, for the main show. Kane and Ric Flair, two future Hall of Famers at this point, two legends of the business. Kane and Ric Flair get an 86. That's a solid start to the show, if you ask me.
Solid. I don't think the word solid is. I think you're underplaying that one. I mean, no surprise here. Can't be surprised too much, can you?
Not really. 88 by Flair, 80 by Kane. Didn't have a clean finish. Kane gets the win over Ric Flair by disqualification. So what I've got written here is that Flair locks in the figure 4, but this is Kane. So Kane's going to sit up out of it. Clearly no selling it. So Batista uses this moment to be like, shit, Flair's in trouble. Runs into the ring with a steel chair. Nails Kane in the back of the head because, headshots weren't considered naughty at this point. So let's lean into it. Big headshot to the back of vicious. And yeah, Kane is disqualified. Ric Flair is disqualified. Kane no-sold the figure 4. I just think that'd be quite a fun spot, personally. But
Well, if anyone could pull it off without like ruining the kind of finish, it could be Kane, because it's Kane. So,
Kane and Flair. You know what I mean? That moment from Flair where he's in complete control and confident, and then Kane sits up out of the figure 4, and he's that whoa, and go, oh, their legs are still tangled, and Flair's like, shit. The panic from Ric Flair.
I like the way maybe if it's a situation of like he's trying to like crawl away with Stu with him, like in the figure 4, like what are you doing? Just like trying to get away from him that way, maybe. Like it would just be a great comedy segment in a way.
And then steel chair nails Kane post match. Batista and Flair put the boots to Kane, gong, lights out, and here comes Taker to make the save for a 99.
Almost 100.
Almost. Look, there's not a lot to it. It's simple storytelling. Evolution, 2-on-1. It is going to be a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam. We would have announced this sort of between shows on social media, etc.
Social media and all 4, sorry.
Yeah. On their website, on the WWE website.
There you go.
Announced. It is going to be Batista, Flair, Kane, Taker, Big Show, Noble, and Regal and Finlay for the tag titles. So, yes, just simple storytelling here. More from Taker later, as you already know, 99. Good stuff. Okay, backstage, Shane McMahon is cutting another promo on Samoa Joe, hyping up his client, so to speak. He says, look, London's ego has been checked. It's time for Spanky to have his ego checked. 78, Samoa Joe, the ego warrior. I'm here for it.
I like the way he's going after the egos. It's like, I like that. But to be fair, we just need Samoa Joe to basically he's a predator, isn't he? Tell him his target, and they take him out. That's all it is.
His target is Spanky. Joe and Spanky get a. Sorry. Have I missed this match?
No, I think if I remember with booking, was this the one when it's like the one with Randy Savage trying to point out that what happened?
No, I know this, but there was supposed to be a match before this.
We forgot the match.
I think Joe and Spanky has been pushed for time, so Samoa Joe versus Spanky next week on Raw. Jesus Christ. Anyway, backstage for a 99 rated segment, Randy Savage lays down the law to Evolution. After what just happened, Savage is furious. But before he bursts into Evolution's locker room, we see Orton trying to come up with a plan to get out of tonight. He's saying to Batista, look, we don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. It's not... It's Shawn Michaels games. Let's just not do it. Let's just not do it. And Savage bursts in and says he's not happy about what just happened. And tonight in the main event, Ric Flair, you are banned from ringside. And let me tell you something, boys. If somehow there are some shenanigans and a real match doesn't happen between the two of you, Randy Orton will not be fighting for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. So, yeah, Orton and Batista are forced into it now after their Evolution shenanigans in the opening match, basically.
Well, I mean, he's had a busy week, Randy Savage, but yeah, he's laying down the law. Just laying down the law.
Second 99 of this show, pretty good. Wonder how this will do. The music of JBL hits. Sorry, no, it doesn't. The music of Vincent Kennedy McMahon hits. And out comes Vincent Kennedy McMahon with his two stooges. But it's not quite Vincent Kennedy McMahon, is it? It's JBL doing a Vincent Kennedy McMahon impression with two hired goons playing Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe. JBL is going to get in the ring, doing the swagger walk, and he's going to tell the goons he's fed up of their recent performances. And guess what, boys? You're... Sorry, I'm old. I can't say this anymore. JBL will say.
The sad truth of the meta verse in that one.
And he says, but guess what, boys? Because you two are letting an old man kill himself on pay-per-view against a real American like JBL, you guys are done. JB Vince will nail the Stooges with a clothesline from Hell each and look very pleased with his work when the music of Stephanie McMahon will hit. And out comes the rich princess, so to speak, She says to JBL that her father, Vince McMahon, will end him at SummerSlam. And JBL retorts back and says, look, America is clearly, as you can see, look at these fans, America is clearly heading to the gutter. But you'd know all about the gutter, wouldn't you, Stephanie, as the whore that you are?
Oh no, you're not going to try and use a Jericho thing.
It's just a bit of a tease, but he doesn't,
Yeah,
obviously. Steph, clearly doesn't like that, so she slaps JBL across the face. Bad move, Stephanie McMahon, because Stephanie turns, pretty pleased with herself. JBL bounces back off the ropes as Stephanie turns back round again. Clothesline from hell. And Stephanie's going to sell it like she's been hit by a bullet train. Because she basically has. It's JBL. He doesn't hold back. JBL's going to look down at Stephanie's lifeless body when the real music of Vince McMahon hits, and he comes running out to the ring. JBL runs back out through the fans to avoid Vince, and Stephanie does a stretcher job. 78. I don't care. This is fun. I like this.
I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say.
Are you telling me you would not be entertained?
Of course it would. Come on. I mean, it's because it'd be like you're entertained, but then the idea that they're playing with our emotions, and I like stuff that people would do that, and because you'd be like, you would find him funny, but then you would hate him in the same segment.
Yep.
I love it. But yeah.
Big go home angle. JBL and Vince, no hold bars. SummerSlam. Vince fighting for his daughter.
I mean, yes, but the idea that we've got Vince on a pay-per-view, this is, I mean, my matches are pretty crazy. One big match that I do, but yeah, I mean, as you said, if Vince and JBL get the top rated match, like maybe of all time,
we're done.
Like this might be the last year.
I don't want to play anymore after that. All of this, by the way, literally has come from me trying to figure out a shocking way to get JBL the WWE Championship, and Vince was just collateral damage, and now look where we are.
It just shows the kind of craziness you are, and also it shows that you've got a very interesting mind.
That's a good word, that. Okay, let's go backstage. John Cena approaches AJ Styles and tries to get him to focus tonight for a 94. Wowzers. Okay.
Well, some people could sit there and say that's very phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yes. Cena tells AJ he needs to focus tonight and deal with Booker at a later date, because tonight they need to win this Strange Bedfellows match. AJ just looks at Cena, shakes his head because he's so angry with what Booker has been doing recently, pushes Cena away and walks away. AJ and Cena, well, clearly not on the same page ahead of SummerSlam when Cena and AJ go one-on-one for the title.
Interesting.
Sure.
That's going to be a great match. That's going to be a great match, though.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, no, there'll be no changes to that, I promise. 94 is good. Earlier today, though, well, what we do, we have Rey Mysterio make his entrance, but clearly Rey Mysterio is walking with a limp, and we cut to earlier today where Rey's promo was interrupted by TNA, who destroy him backstage with steel chair shots to the legs. But Rey has been cleared. He's not 100%, but TNA have softened him up ahead of Rey and A-Train in a tables match for a 79. What is going on?
Disappointed because that's outdone my one, and I thought mine was better.
How is Rey Mysterio in a wild brawl tables match pulled in?
Now you know the Dudleys have got to invade and start putting them through tables. You can't be doing in tables matches, mate. It's not allowed. It's not allowed.
And as you can see, Rey gets a clean victory in the tables match, ending the feud with TNA. I've been pretty pleased with their sort of month-long TV feud to keep Rey going, getting some good wins, but also it's a good role for TNA. I think, despite the losses, they're in a good position.
Or if you want to go proper WWE example, to get in TV time. So what more do they want?
Well, exactly. There you go. Rey will now transition into a feud with maybe a little bit more of a high-profile opponent after SummerSlam. Spoilers. 79. Okay. Where are we? Let's go Backstage again, Randy Savage is in his office when the door bursts open and in storms AJ Styles for 73. And AJ says that he wants Booker T at SummerSlam. He doesn't care what he has to do to make it happen. He doesn't care that he's got an IC title shot. He wants Booker T and he wants him this Sunday. Savage says, listen, the only way I can do that is if you give up your one-on-one opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship. AJ says, whatever, anything, I'm done. He's clearly past the point of caring about anything but kicking Booker T's ass, right? And Savage says, fine. It won't be a one-on-one match at SummerSlam. It'll be AJ Styles versus Booker T versus John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. AJ giving up his shot and Booker T just about weaseling his way into a title shot at SummerSlam. How's that happened?
All by just being a complete and utter dick.
Yeah. 73 is good. Okay. Also, backstage, different area. AJ Cena's and Booker T's opponents for tonight. Try and get on the same page for a 100. Lovely. Taker, Regal and Show, as I say, try and get on the same page. But Show is having none of this. And Show just says, just follow my lead, boys. And Show walks away. And Regal and Taker are just sort of looking at him like, you serious, bro? Like...
Yeah, just the idea that her was winning Regal and the Undertaker saying, "Sorry, are you serious, bro?"
Well, not saying it, but just sort of looking with their head tilting sideways.
I know.
Huh?
But just imagine that. Just that would be quite funny. But no, I get what you're saying. I was just messing with you. But Big Show. Is he gonna pay for that cockiness?
Is he gonna pay for the cockiness? Let's find out. Strange Bedfellow 6-man tag gets an 85. Wins all day long. This is brilliant. I did not expect it to get this high. I'm here for it.
Oh, please. As the Undertaker.
Yeah, I know, but because of the strange teams, I thought we'd have troubles. John Cena putting in 91. Booker 84. AJ 75. The weakest of a lot, but that's still good. Regal 82. Taker 97. My God. And the Big Show 90. 85. And the winner was the Big Show, pinning AJ Styles with a hog log. Sorry. Basically, Booker, Cena and AJ fall apart. We're officially turning Booker heel in the game. We've already done it in our storyline. Fuck this game sometimes. We'll just do that. Fine, complete success. They fall apart, leading to AJ Styles getting stuck with the Big Show. And the 1, 2, 3, Taker and Regal were sort of watching on the apron. They did get in the match, but at this point watching on as Big Show gets the win for his team. Good match. I did not expect it to do as well as it's done. Really didn't. Yeah,
I mean, no surprise to me. Apparently this game likes 6-man tags.
Well, it may like my month of September. Okay. Right. Post-match, Big Show is going to brag to his teammates of the night about taking the win, about securing the win. Are we going to go to the next game? Have I got to click it again? Okay, here we go. For a 98, he's going to brag about being the main man. The only reason they won that match is because of him. When Regal's going to have enough nailing with that left southpaw punch, and that leads to Taker hitting the choke slam, and Big Show is laid out, and Taker and Regal, after last week's nod of respect, seem to work well together. And another really good segment rating. So
yeah, good stuff. So
it's been a good show so far. Let's get towards the main event, shall we? Orton and Batista are about to come out to the arena, but in the gorilla position, we catch up with them, and Orton asks Batista for a 100 rating to see if they can figure a way out of this, to protect his title challenge ahead of SummerSlam. And Batista says, listen, taps him on the back. Batista taps him. Randy Orton gets thrown across the room. And Batista says, nothing wrong with a bit of friendly competition. That's evolution, right? And Orton clearly not happy. Batista's having a bit of fun. Batista likes the idea of beating Randy Orton tonight. He's on Orton's side. He's not turning face anytime soon. But Batista's I'm the Don of Evolution if I win this.
Like he said, he likes competition.
100 rate segment is pretty good. Let's see what the match does then. Batista and Orton in the main event.
But it's probably gonna do amazing because like the way this game goes, like it won't punish you for the heel versus heel thing. I bet.
I don't know. Let's find out. Orton Batista for an 89. So that's about what I said, to be honest. I don't think it's punished us too much. We don't have a clean finish. But 88 from Orton, 89 from Batista. To get an 89, that's good. That's pretty good. 3 pretty good matches. It was kind of penalised, but not massively. Let's talk about the finish. We're going to have in this match Orton sort of keep expecting Batista to take it easy on him. But Batista's having some fun. So it is quite a competitive match in the end of it. To the point that Orton is eventually knocked out the ring by clothesline. Sort of hits the announce table. But clearly would be able to get back up. But as he sort of get back up, the referee's at 6, 7. And Orton sort of sees the referee's count, sees Batista waiting for him in the ring, and is a bit like, no thank you. No thank you. He feigns the injury, so Batista doesn't know that he's purposely gotten counted out. Do you know what I mean? But you can clearly see Orton was a bit sly with it.
Yeah.
And Batista does beat Orton, but not properly. Would Batista beat Orton, or would Orton beat Batista? That's the question in the Evolution locker room, you would think. 89. I'm fine with it. I really am fine with it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I was expecting it to be a bit lower, but because the heel for heel would have penalised, but it didn't seem penalised too much. So that's good. It's good main event.
Post-match, Shawn Michaels, who was on commentary, rolls Orton back into Batista, thinking that this is the moment that Batista is going to turn on Randy Orton. Batista picks Orton up, smiling at Shawn Michaels, and Orton has a look of panic and fear on his face that like he's heavy, he's about to turn on him. When Batista stops smiling at Shawn Michaels, throws Orton out of the way, nails him with a clothesline, and then Orton will hit him with the RKO to end the show. But look always a bit over his shoulder as he's celebrating that RKO, a bit wary of Batista. Batista very clearly on Evolution's side still, but he could have. He could have.
Yeah, I mean, you almost got him there. Like I like the edit, like Orton. It's like you almost believed that he actually was going to do it.
Yeah,
like it wasn't a plan. It was like he truly believed he actually was going.
And what this does is plant that tiny seed of paranoia to Randy Orton of if Batista wanted to lay Orton out at any time and end Orton's career, Batista could.
I mean, there's so many segments you can do with that. Like you don't have to turn, but do a lot of segments where like Orton's just a bit jumpy around him. I think really cool. But anyway, so 110 show. So, I mean, I'm sure.
I don't think it's hitting a 97 level, but I'll take a 94. I'll be happy with that.
93, 94? I'm going to say 94.
Monday Night Raw. I need this as well. Go home show for SummerSlam gets a 95.
It's around about how much we thought, to be fair.
I mean, there are 1, 2, 3 100s, 2 99s. Yeah, probably is about right, actually. It's a good show again. Raw is on fire. We've come back flying in this month. You may have won the first 2, but Raw has come out fighting in the month of August. Yeah,
well, it's one way of looking at it. But we'll find out. Hopefully, I can. It's more of a reachable score this week than it was last time. So
potentially. I mean, you'd have to do your joint best or all best Smackdown you've done in the save, but it's doable.
Oh, mate, seriously, I've got all confidence in the word of my show. So I mean, so we'll find out. But I think it's more attainable than last week. So I think we'll find out. But yeah. 95.
Because I like teasing to Raws ahead. Obviously, we've got SummerSlam coming up, so I won't spoil what's planned for SummerSlam. But I will say, next week's Raw kickstarts an Intercontinental Title #1 Contenders tournament. Not telling you who's won the triple threat. Just saying that there will be a tournament next week.
Oh no. Anyway, we'll find out next week with that one. But anyway.
Smackdown kicks off on the pre-show as we are just days away from the biggest party of the summer. Charlie Haas and Stevie Richards on the pre-show for a 64, by the way. Charlie Haas saying, stick me on the pre-show, watch this. Jeez, point 71. To prove there with Charlie Haas. 71. I'm pretty sure that's the best performance he's put in the save. It's
I
the
think
fact
the
that
best-
this happened on the pre-show says a lot.
and he's healthy as well. Like, 'cause I think he's just come back from injury.
Hmm.
Wow, that gives me hope. Actually gives me a lot of hope.
Let's see if he can do it in the actual main shows, because so far he hasn't. That feels like I don't like being on the pre-show. I'm going to perform to what I can do. Let's see what he does for the rest. Yes, so we know Stevie Richards.
But I mean, a 64 on the main show would be very good. So
Yeah, it
that
would
gives me options if I wanted to do that match.
Also on the pre-show, Lara Ziston's got a win over the Basham brothers. Where's the finisher?
It's a tag match, mate. You got to put in a singles match. Maybe that's why you don't get it.
No,
That's
but
what you do.
I've changed Rene Dupree's finisher. I've changed Lara Ziston's finisher. Why is it not telling me that they've won with the French tickler?
Because this game is basically saying you're not getting what you want. That's what it is.
It hates me. 48 for this, similar to what they've been doing. Kind of is what it is. The whole reason it's on the show is because I wanted to see the French tickler.
And also because it kind of like what happened last week, found out that the Bashams are, that's not a thing that I'm probably going to put on the main show for a while, because I tried them out on the one thing and they
got a 38. It was very good. It was fantastic.
I mean, 38
as Chat
38
says
would be
here,
good on.
Dupree won with the hook the leg 1 2 3. Yeah, fair.
I mean, was it the roll up of doom? Let's use that. I like that.
Okay, kick off on the main show. We're kicking off big because Triple H and Mick Foley are out in the ring discussing their match at SummerSlam, right? 96.
Yeah, again, it's this one I just wanted to be a situation of them kind of mix in the ring, kind of instead of Triple H for a change, mix in the ring, this show in a way. And just talking about how, like this little history lesson about why he thinks that Triple H despises him. And obviously it's like, what I like about this segment is like, if we did this now, it would be like it for a long time ago, but in 04, it was only a couple of years ago. So if it doesn't feel as ancient, but yeah, just explaining why he thinks he hates him and why, all that kind of stuff. And and obviously he wants to put a bit of and then kind of explains it, and then Triple H comes out. Then he kind of goes to Mick Foley, kind of implying that basically like, you don't know the half of it with the reason why I hate you and stuff, and this is why I want to put an added spice to the match. Obviously there's already another added spice. It's a street fight. What more does he want? But he's a man on a mission. But this one I like the idea. Triple H comes out and says, okay, let's put a situation. You got your match. You got a street fight. What about we put a stipulation is, if I beat you at SummerSlam, you are no longer the GM of Smackdown.
Is Stewart about to get rid of the main man himself, Mick Foley?
Maybe.
I don't know what to say. I'm amazed.
Let's be fair. If you're going to do a match like this, I've kind of set it up. I'm actually kind of happy with like the way that Mick's been kind of laying down the law as well on people like Triple H, Shelton Benjamin, all them kind of people. So like Triple H has had enough of him. So, and obviously he did attack the office, the HQ, a couple of weeks ago. So maybe it wouldn't surprise me if Linda McMahon's gone, this is kind of enhanced his decision why he's gone that way. But yeah, so, and obviously Mick's like, he's not afraid of Triple H in a way, so why would he be afraid of that stipulation? Because he knows street fights quite well. So he accepts it, and obviously the match is set. So SummerSlam is going to be Triple H, Mick Foley. Mick Foley gets his match. It's a street fight, but if Mick Foley doesn't win, he's not GM anymore.
I love how, in theory, Mick Foley, especially in this save where he hasn't wrestled in this year apart from here, Mick Foley was retired by Triple H, in theory, right?
Yeah.
From the in-ring competition. And then, Mick Foley gets a job as general manager, and Triple H is like, no, getting rid of that and all. That ain't happening.
He just, as I said, I like the idea of basically he just despises Mick Foley in every conceivable way. And he's like, I like that as well. It's like the idea. It's like, wait, no. This is my show. This is my company. That kind of stuff. Yeah, you're GM, but it's like he's fed up with him. It's been fun for a while. He's accepted it, but now it's Triple H. It's like, I want you gone. because that's how arrogant
yeah,
he is.
I like the idea that Triple H is following Mick Foley around, stopping him from being employed anywhere. Anyway, 96.
Because Triple H is not that petty, is he? He's not petty like that, is he?
Not. Backstage, Rikishi cuts a promo on. Oh, the promo wasn't there.
I must have took it out. But there was okay, so let's put it out this time. So obviously, wow, 74 from that.
I know.
Very impressive.
Jeez.
Anyway, so the point is that there was a promo here. It's supposed to just say he's gonna tell CM Punk, not like in a heel way, but kind of like, he needs to know his place. He wants to fight me. If he wanted to fight me to prove his worth, he should have asked, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we did cut it for time last week. We did.
Yeah, I must have not read it properly. My bad. It must be in, but it's fine. It's not really well. But yeah, 74. I've put. Okay, this is a nice one here. Obviously, we've put, as you can see, with the finisher. This match is debuted with the GTS to go to sleep, for the win. For this one, I've kind of like that. Basically, if you noticed, last couple of weeks, he's kind of been losing. He's been losing a lot recently. So I like the idea that he goes in the match with Rikishi and he hits a move that no one knows before, that knows he hits, and gets a win that way. And I think that's a great way to debut a finishing move.
It is, especially with someone like Rikishi. I do question if Punk would be able to do it, but we are fantasy booking here, so
I think he could. I think he could. I mean, but then, to be fair, I like the stuff that happened that makes no logical sense when it comes to finishing moves. I do like it. I want to clear. It seems to always be around Rikishi.
I was going to say, you seem to like it with Rikishi for sure. 74 for that, though. That is really good. Okay, moving on. The franchise players are backstage and talking about what they're going to do to the women's division going forward.
Yeah, simple one here. Just again, it says last couple of weeks, it's kind of be a situation of trying to, and kind of show it in the ring as well. It's kind of like, yes, Molly Holly's like, obviously she's ditched the other group and now she's with Jacqueline, and the whole point of this is like, I kind of like that it's like a main event Mafia and TNA. Like they're fed up with these young upstarts taking their spots and need to know their place type thing. I like the idea that these two. I mean, we could say Molly Holly back in 04 veteran. Would that be a fair saying? Would you say 04?
You probably could now, considering she'd had the title, right?
Yeah, so I like the idea that, and obviously Jacqueline as well. So it's like they're fed up with it, and I like the idea that it's basically this whole promo is just basically laid down the law. Say we're going to prove it. Molly Holly says she's going to prove it tonight. Jacqueline says she's going to prove it against Tori Wilson. Obviously, just to spoil it here. Obviously, this was possibly on the show as well. Cut it as well, but the situation is they won this division. Trish doesn't. No one else is, and just showing their intent. Basically, what their intentions are as a team. As a
team, of course, now called the franchise players, not Aspire, because we've changed the name now that they've got a bit of a new look. So, franchise players are a tag team in the women's division. Very, very interesting. Now, I don't know if there's a promo with the tag champs here. I don't believe there is.
It seems like a thing that would have cut.
Yeah. So, in theory, the next match is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Now, I want to point out that the last time we booked a WWE Tag Team Championship match, we booked it wrong, and the School of Hard Knocks walked away with the Tag Team Championships when they were absolutely supposed to not to do that.
Yeah, I mean, but as always with wrestling, we've run with it.
We've run with it. So let's see what happens tonight, shall we? It's the School of Hard Knocks, the Dudley Boys. Stuart, your winners.
Unless you've changed it, the winners of this is, of course, and still your WWE
the promo is
there.
The promo.
Oh, ruined it. Damn it.
We'll just move straight on. We'll move straight on. There you go. 76.
There you go. Okay, 76 out of that. I'm sure that's the one we put as the Royal Brawl. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But okay, so the promo was not especially in a sense of just still going to take out the Dudleys, and it was that simple. That's all that promo was basically. But yeah, this one I've for 76, very good hit. But I think maybe I've just gone for a phase of just wanting to debut new finishes in this episode, because this is another one. I don't know if this is logistically possible, but I'm going to try anyway. But okay, the idea I've got here is School of Hard Knocks hit a new finisher. And the thing I've got on my mind is they hit they've got let's say Hardcore Holly's got him up in the Doomsday device,
Okay.
like on his shoulders, and then Rhino goes to the top and hits a spear from the top rope. I was going to say hit a gore, but I don't think that's just not fair on anyone. Like hit a gore normally, but from the top rope, that's just horrible. That's just
Doomsday de Gore. I like it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's logistically it's possible because obviously Doomsday device. But
In
then
theory,
I guess
possible. But it's
I just
flaming brutal, that's for sure. The performances though: 77 Rhino, 77 Devon, Bubba Ray 74. Hardcore Holly actually brings it down, but look, it's just way better than it has any right to be. Way better than it has any right to be.
I gotta be honest. Some of these matches, like these tag team matches, these ones recently, have been surprisingly
pretty good. Let's see if the show continues in the same vein. After the match, what are you going to say? Go on.
Just hopefully what I put down here actually happened. This is going to be a lot of nervous little clicking in the next couple of, like, is this what is it really here or not here?
Who knows? This is what's next. A backstage segment. Not backstage. Top of the ramp. Billy and Chuck come out and make it very clear they want to be next. They want the tag team titles, right?
Yeah, I just you know me, I like visual storytelling in a way, and I like the idea that basically they're top of the ramp and they're just basically giving the signal, as you do when you want the titles around the race, doing the signal saying they want to be next for the titles. But yeah, I always like that wrestling. Sometimes you don't need to say a word, you just have to show visually what you want, and that's all this is basically. With VGA, that's pretty good. So I just like that because then you can look at it and go, oh, we know what their intent is. But yeah, that's hopefully the next possible feud for the tag titles.
Jazz promo. We kept the Jazz promo in for a 44.
That's fine, but it made sense because I like what I'm doing with Jazz. It makes sense, so I think that's why we kept it. I kept it. Well,
right.
Asta kept it anyway. But this one is simple with Jazz. Just going to talk about why she just wants to do what she finally understands why Gail Kim left the group. She wants to do it. She also wants to do her own thing. She wants Molly Holly out of her life. And and she's going to do exactly what Gail Kim did, and she's going to beat Molly Holly. And I don't want to say win her freedom because it's not like CM, but she can move on from Molly Holly as well, type situation.
Okay, Jazz and Molly Holly then for a 50. They don't click, and it made for an awkward bout. Harsh.
Yeah, but
it's fine. It could have been worse considering that. If I'm totally honest.
Might have been a worse thing though, because it's like again, obviously Jazz. Obviously, at this point, I just completely forgot about the actual finish. Yeah, Jazz did win, and you would have thought that when we're booking this, I remember saying you said like wouldn't Molly Holly kind of win because obviously it's first feud, so why would the babyface win first? But I think it works. But then obviously with that thing with the old they don't click, maybe it might be a good thing that.
A one and done, I think. Jazz gets a win. Hopefully it'll boost her popularity. Fast roll up, say. It's one of those you just sort of go, it's fine. And we everyone moves on, I think.
That's if this is true, let's move on to what she was doing in the women's, talking about the women's division. Obviously that's tier from the women's champion. If it's yes, it is there. That's good. Very good. I'm taking over your job here. Was it 71? This one I just I like the idea that basically Trish is watching this match type situation. Because obviously she would be because she's the champion. She's
got to keep an eye on all her competition.
Yeah, and then obviously ask her, this one I've kind of on the fence on what I want to do. So I put the situation she says she's talking about how the women's division, how great the women's division is, and that. But I don't know if I want a promo from these two or I want like a fight, but I need to fight between Gail Kim and Lita. Gail Kim, Lita, and going against Trish Stratus, but all faces, aren't they? So I've kind of shot myself in the foot, but I like the idea that maybe Lita kind of wants to prove a point as well as Gail Kim wants to prove a point as well. So they confront each other, but obviously they say the wrong stuff and it finds its way into some sort of brawl or fights or something like that. Because I want it all faces, so it needs to be some tension there.
Tensions boil over. Eventually gets broken up like expected backstage. But these three, SummerSlam, women's title on the line, sleeper match, right? It's not going to be best match of the night. I'm not saying that. But this won't be a toilet break match, I'm afraid, for some people out there. When we haven't got a lot of toilet break matches on the show, it may be a problem for SummerSlam. But
Well, to be fair, it's mostly my end, not yours, because I just put too many. I put too many big matches.
Yeah,
I think it's a big show. What do you expect? But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this one because I think Trish has been outstanding since she's been champion. Lita's as not been as well as I thought, but then I haven't used her as much prominently. But that, and obviously Gail Kim is like, I'm really impressed what's happened and what I've done with Gail Kim. So it's got potential to be a really good match. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, so this was a simple just. We need to put some tension in there because I don't want three babyface all kind of getting along. It makes no sense in the story. And I like the idea that they're both all gunning for that women's championship. So who's going to win? We'll find out on SummerSlam.
Speaking of people not necessarily getting along and gunning for a championship, two men will team together tonight. Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero talking about Kurt Angle and Christian for a 97.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's because, I mean, I was his Christian's there, but he's not there. But, it's one of those things. But no, that's why I like the idea that because Chris Jericho and Edge, Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero, I mean, is both backstage talking about, like, like to get along, that kind of stuff. Because our babyface is obviously not going to be in as much as confrontation. But I do like the idea of Chris Jericho saying, like, being, yeah, I'm going to team with you tonight. We're gonna because obviously I want to take out my I hate Kurt Angle, I hate Christian. Of course he's going to team up Eddie to take them out, but he's kind of given Eddie a warning, like after SummerSlam, after all business is done, that if he's a champion, he's got to understand that he's going after that title because Christian. I don't think Christian has a title shot yet, and I like the idea of basically he's had all this stuff in stuff that's got in his way. All that kind of stuff in his way. I like the idea that maybe if possibly Chris Jericho gets his business done at SummerSlam or not, we don't know, obviously. But I like the idea of saying he's gunning for the title. And he gives Eddie a warning, just a little warning to say, I'm with you tonight, but I'm gunning for that title that I kind of like. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of setting up there.
Okay. Speaking of titles, the United States champion Rob Van Dam and his friend Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring and setting up a pretty big SummerSlam match for an 86. This is really good.
I'm intrigued to see obviously afterwards when obviously about what the popularity of this whole feud is. So I'm actually quite excited to see. Who would have thought in 04 you've got RVD, Mark Henry and Lance Storm, Stone Cold Steve Austin as manager of RVD. In 2004 it's a crazy thing, but I kind of love it. Right? It's pretty cool. But yeah, so obviously I like the other idea. He comes to the ring. He wants Mark Henry because obviously, taking out his leg how many times, he keeps getting in his business, that kind of stuff. And then I like the idea Lance Storm comes out and says, I want Mark Henry as well, because obviously I remember last week, attacked him as well for jealousy because he thinks Lance Storm's getting in his way. So obviously from this you'll be thinking, okay, they both want to face Mark Henry, right? But obviously Lance Storm is obviously the reason he's going for RVD because he wants the title. Mark Henry wants the title. So they're a kerfuffle, but maybe I like the idea that Stone Cold Steve Austin comes with the idea that it's a triple threat.
Yeah, it seems like something he would do.
Because again, as we've kind of pointed out, I try to put across is yes, we've got the badass Stone Cold Steve Austin, the guy who doesn't give a crap, but because he's now like kind of, you say as a friend, it's more of a manager now, isn't he? He's kind of more of a guiding hand. I like the idea.
He's advocate.
Yeah, could be. I mean, but I just like the idea that Stone Cold, he's trying to do things differently with RVD. Like he doesn't want him to do the same mistakes, but then also he wants him to bring up his kind of how he would do it, because he would say, well, if I had that situation, it's pretty obvious. What about RVD? You just face both of them in a triple threat, to prove what a champion you are type situation. And obviously RVD is a presence that has been a thing where he has done crazy triple threats or fatal four ways for no reason other than just because he wants to prove himself. So, and obviously they've both got combined. They want to go after Mark Henry. So the only way they can do that is the match. So added stipulation. So it's basically, this is my attempt to set up that this is how the triple threat's going to happen for the United States Championship at SummerSlam.
It's a logical match to do. It's another stacked match. We are in trouble at SummerSlam, I'll be honest. But it should be interesting. It should be interesting. One man not involved in the match that may feel like he could have been, Shelton Benjamin backstage talking with Paul Heyman for an 82.
Yeah, this one I might just. I like the idea that Paul Heyman is trying to, because obviously, lesson I booked it right last week, is obviously the match between Shelton Benjamin and Edge was kind of like hot-headed Shelton Benjamin, like wanting to take, he wants to go after Edge. And obviously, Edge goaded him into taking the match type situation, right? Paul Heyman, as we know, is the diplomat. He's the guy that's trying to calm everyone down, try and do what's best for his client, but, diffuse the situation. So I like the idea that basically Paul Heyman's gone to Shelton trying to convince him, pleading him to not go against Edge tonight. Especially because he's seen the eyes of Edge, and he's seen that kind of look before, and it never ends well type situation. And he's just trying to convince him that don't do this. This could end your career. Like, he could take you out. Don't do it. But obviously, Shelton Benjamin doesn't listen, and just the match is still on. But I just like the idea of Paul Heyman trying to change his mind because he knows this would not end well. Possibly for Shelton Benjamin. Possibly.
Edge, of course, has those feelings as well. 87 Edge promo when he's not working against Eddie Guerrero. Very good.
Yeah, I feel so for Eddie Guerrero to say, because I don't think the guy that did this has been very kind to Eddie Guerrero here. Because it's like he's probably one of the hottest things in wrestling in 04. But if you went by this in the save, you wouldn't think he would.
Hit and miss. But this is a good promo from Edge, and it's quite a simple feud really, him and Shelton at the moment. So quite a simple promo by the looks of it. Yeah,
I mean, I seem to like doing simple feuds with Edge apparently, but yeah, I just like the idea of Edge basically wants to. I know I keep saying sending the message, but I like the idea Edge is basically, he's obviously, people think he's a weak link at the moment because he had those 2 or 3 matches against Eddie Guerrero, and he lost. Even a 2 out of 3. If you count the 2 out of 3 Falls match, he lost like 3 or 4 times if you count those. So like, he doesn't want people to think he's a soft touch, an easy target because of that. So I like the idea that tonight he's got to sit there, he's got to prove that, no one should be messing with him. He's still Edge, he's still the guy that at one time is going to be world champion type stuff. So yeah, it's just kind of simple. He's going to send a message to Shelton Benjamin tonight.
And of course, if he wins, he may get back into title contention. You would think. Does he get the win? Edge and Shelton for an 82. And it's about right. That's right to me.
Yeah, I can't remember what we put it. I don't know if we put it a storyline thing or do we put it on like steal the show.
I can have a look actually. You talk about a finish.
Yeah, I think it was a steal the show. I think we thought this would be amazing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, but still 82 to steal the show. That's actually really impressive, actually.
I mean, Shelton putting in an 80 is very good for his pop. Edge 88 is about right, and what a win for Shelton Benjamin.
I know what you're thinking. Okay, you're thinking, wait, so Edge has just like lost 3 matches in a row. Yes, I did do that, but Shelton needs a big win. Let's be fair. He needs. I have been kind of putting him in the tag team division, kind of teasing him with the higher ups with the United States Championship stuff. But maybe it's like what I did to Edge with Kurt Angle to boost his popularity. I'm doing for Shelton Benjamin type situation, because that done wonders for him after he beat Kurt Angle a couple of months ago. Just why I chose to do it here, because Shelton Benjamin needs a big win. He needs a big win to maybe catapult him maybe higher up the card than he is at the moment. So, but yeah, the way this finishes is just like the idea that Edge, he tries to go for the spear. Shelton shows his how good he is by jumping out, literally doing jumping out of the way or jumping over him, type stuff. And then I like the idea he hits a spinning heel kick, and then he hits to daze Edge, and then hits a T-bone suplex for a surprise win. And and obviously Edge is shocked. Shelton Benjamin and Paul Heyman's shocked, but in kind of, oh my god, he actually beat him type of shock kind of way. And so I want to make it as Shelton Benjamin. It's a huge win for him. It's huge. This could catapult his career type thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, it may catapult his career. We will see. Let's move on towards the main event, right? So, just before the main event, we do a Kurt Angle and Jericho promo for Kurt Angle promo on Eddie and Jericho for a 100.
I mean, that's just it's Kurt, isn't it? That's Kurt Angle, isn't it? It's amazing. But This one was a simple one by Kurt Angle as well. He just want to show Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho to show whose show this is and whose show it's going to be this time next week. Because next week he's going to be world champion and no one's going to stop him, type situation. But he's determined to prove tonight that when he does win the world title and he can guarantee it, this is what's going to be what SmackDown's going to be like for the next months, years, has him as champion type thing. Just he needs these. We know how intense Kurt Angle's been the last couple of weeks, months. So with this kind of talk, it can't end well for anyone.
Okay, so I mean, can we end our build to SummerSlam in the right way? Remember, 95 is what he's got to beat from Monday Night Raw. If he does, he gets a SummerSlam main event. He's main eventing tonight with a tag match. Kurt teaming with Christian against Eddie and Chris Jericho. It could be the right call. Let's find out. The tag main event gets a 94. I mean, that should do it, I think. Well, I don't know. A 95. It's hard to say. The rest of the show has been pretty good. You've had 100 in there though as well. 96. I would arguably say you've done it. You've still got another segment to go. Great tag main event though in 94.
Yeah, I think we're all right to change it for this one. It was a very good decision here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hate myself for it because I'll be honest with you guys, he was originally going to put Edge and Shelton Benjamin in the main event, and I said, no, the tag could probably be better in the main event.
Because you want my mouth. Because you want to make a fair competition. As much as we all kind of want to beat each other, you want to beat me knowing I put the best show and you still beat me. That's what it is. That's why. You don't want to be beating me because I have like a bad main event type thing. That's why you did it, because you think you're horrible, but you're not. You're nice when it comes to booking. So, but it made sense. But yeah, 94 like that. This one I've just kind of, I think the finish I just put Jericho hits a line. So I say line so on.
Bit angle, wasn't it?
Yeah. So. Yeah, line so, and then he hits the frog splash on Christian at the same time, and let's do one of my favourite things ever, a double pin.
There we go. Because I love double pins. 1, 2, 3. Good from Eddie, good from Jericho, amazing from Angle. Christian at 77 is okay. I feel like at this point in the save, considering where he was a few months ago, we thought he'd be at Eddie Jericho level now, and he's not quite.
It might be a terrible book on my end because I do have this thing where I let people lose continuously.
Yeah, you seem to have like you were playing with him for a while and then you've put him down for a bit. Does that make sense? Yeah,
but again, it's still got. I've got some plans for him. So, but I think it's just because it happens in wrestling, isn't it? Sometimes you focus on more people than the others. But I think his booking would be fine when it's like he's like most of them. He's one win a bigger win way to be back where he wants type thing.
Yeah.
That's not the worst thing to be in position to be in, to be fair.
I would say the build to this Jericho-Christian blow-off match and the storyline so far probably hasn't helped Christian as much as other feuds have done, but let's see what happens at SummerSlam, because post-match, Chris Jericho has an announcement for a 100. That should help your show rating.
Yep, two there. I love that. So this one's simple. Obviously, after the match, Christian's on the outside. Obviously, Chris Jericho grabs the mic, saying he's happy to beat, he won the tag team match. He said, "You want to get rid of me? You want to get rid of me?" And it's like he's talked to Mick, that obviously for Christian would absolutely annoy the hell out of him because he hates Mick Foley as well as Triple H and many other people on SmackDown. But he gave him his request. Christian's all confused, what do you mean request? I thought we're just having a normal match here. But I like the idea that basically it's you want to get rid of me so bad type situation at SummerSlam. Okay, let's end this once and for all. So what about you versus me? Last man standing. And obviously it's not a situation of him responding because the match is happening, but I like the idea that Christian's oh God, what have I done? Type situation. Because it's all good trying to take him out, because a lot of it's been sneak attacks, a lot of been other people trying to take him out. But now it's nowhere to run, Nowhere to hide.
He's going to have to pay the piper now. Let's see what happens at SummerSlam. Right, 95 to beat. I think he's done it. I could be wrong. 95 to beat. SmackDown gets a 96. SmackDown gets the SummerSlam main event.
Oh, I'm
I
so
can't
happy
argue.
with that one.
I can't argue. That is the best SmackDown he's ever done in the Save That, by the way.
I've got to be honest, I'm way happy with that because it's like, again, it's just obviously for you it's going to be like, but it's just nice to. I think it's been a while since I won a month. I think it's been a while. You've done that. You've been a lot of draws.
We had a few draws, and then I've won a few. I think it probably has been a while. SmackDown does it on the big month for SummerSlam, which means your main event of SummerSlam. You can reveal it now.
What, the main event? Yes, obviously. Surprise to no one. The main event for SummerSlam is going to be Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Don't miss that. Do not miss that. Okay, that is the week 4 in the books. SummerSlam is so very close. If you've liked what you've seen tonight, make sure you drop a like on this video right now. And as I said earlier, drop a comment down below what you're most looking forward to for SummerSlam, including that big last man standing match. Just drop straight in there. It's going to be a big show. Monday, it's 4:30. SummerSlam drops. AEW on Wednesday. It's Friday. Nearly said it. Wednesday. AEW on Wednesday, which should also be a big show to pick up off the back of Double or Nothing. Let's go. Until next time. Peace.